In this video, we are going to go over our standard ride. We referred to it as a 9.5-man ride, not quite a full 10-man ride because we're not pulling out a goalie to cover an attackman on the opposite end of the field, but rather we are forcing the opposing team to throw a long ball pass in a weird situation. So the way this starts, we are the dark team. We're going to take a bad shot from the midfield, and what's going to happen is we are going to break into what kind of looks like a drop zone ride. So what you'll see is shot happens, one midi is going to drop to the top left, one midi is going to drop to the top center, one midi is going to drop to the top right. The attackman's going to drop to the restraining line, and restraining line. They're all going to get to their spots. The defense is doing a standard clear where you're going to have an L in the shape of the defender, so one D-pull up here, one D-pull banana king this way, one D-pull banana cutting this way, one midfielder breaking to the top center, one midfielder breaking to the top of the restraining box, the dead center, and the other midfielder breaking to the top of the box. So you'll see that there. You'll also see the attackmen are also dropping, and the defenders are following here and here. This defender is letting this guy right here stay open. What we're trying to bait them into is to get the goalie to pass the ball to the banana cutting D-pole opposite side of the box. So if the box is over here, we want him to throw it to this D-pole right here. Once that happens, what you're going to see is all three of the... And by the way, we did sub the midi off. We had time. Sub the LSM on. So the ball is now thrown over here. What you're going to see is all three of the attackmen are going to instantly drop and pick up the D-pole cutting down here, the goalie, and this defender. This D-pole over here. At the same time, this LSM that just newly subbed on is going to bust his butt to get down towards this midfielder right here. What you're going to see is this. Attackman covers this guy with the ball. Attackman covers the goalie. Attackman covers this D-pole. You also see the midi still on the D-pole up here. Midi on this midi right here. The LSM's now on this midi. What this leaves is a bad situation for the D-pole with the ball. If he is a nervous ball carrier, the attackman's wailing on him. He's going to have a hard time beating him using his legs. What we're trying to force him to do is say, I can't throw the ball up this way. I can't throw the ball over this way. The only option is the 40 to 50-yard bomb to the opposite side of the box. As you can notice here, this D-pole right here, this attackman's basically irrelevant from the play. He kind of cheat up towards in between the restraining line and the midfielder up here. So if they do throw the long ball, we're putting them in a situation where this D-pole could easily hop that if that's an issue. So they choose to throw the long ball. This defender slides over just in case they successfully make the pass. This defender slides over here. And this guy could jump the ball right there. But we're trying to bait the other team into throwing the worst possible pass, which is either to here or to here. Obviously, the success rate of them throwing the ball that far and catching it and making a successful clear is very low. And the D-pole is right there to hop it. Most likely a turnover from them throwing the ball out of bounds. And if they do successfully catch it, the D-pole is already on his hands, checking him and earning us back the ball.